today's video. My name is Heather from Momma04, and I am going to be doing the Homemaker Tag. I saw the Walk Family channel do it, and I saw Danielle from DanielleMNVlogs do it, and I think it's super cute, and I love their videos, so go check them out. I'll try and link them down below. I'm not really very well versed in that, so if I don't, forgive me. But yeah, go check their videos out. They're super cute. And I really wanted to answer these questions. I just think it's a good little thing to be able to look back on. Number one, there's 20 questions. I'll try and get through them as fast as I can. If you hear any noise, it's my daughter. If you hear any car noise, it's because my door is open. I like to have it open, and we live off of busy streets. So there's my disclaimer. Anyways, number one, has anyone said anything negative about me staying home? Well, not to my face. not to my knowledge. I wasn't always a stay-at-home mom, so maybe that had something to do with it. But yeah, no, nobody's ever been negative or said anything negative to me. Number two, what is your fave part about and least favorite part about staying home? The least we'll start with first, and that is not being able to make friends as easily, I should say. When I was working, I made a lot of friends. My two very best friends I've known for a very long time, and it's because I used to work with them. So I miss that, being able to make friends is easy. Obviously now I don't see very much, I don't have very much adult interaction during the day, so it's harder to make friends, and hello, that's why I'm here on YouTube. I'm just trying to make some mama friends. Number three, what is the favorite part? It's being able to be super involved in my kids' lives on a day-to-day basis. Like I said, I wasn't always a stay-at-home mom, so I know the struggle of trying to be as involved as you possibly can, but you obviously can't be completely 100% involved, but I get to do that being a stay-at-home mom. Number three, what is your favorite or least favorite chore? My least favorite is definitely the dishes. It's never ending. It just piles up and I can never get ahead. So that's frustrating. My favorite, I don't know if there's a favorite. I mean, they're chores, so can you really have a favorite? I don't know. We'll say laundry. I don't like putting it away, but I'm all for washing, being able to do the wash. Number four, what time do you wake up / go to bed? I wake up around between 5 and 5:30 because my kids go to school, and I usually just try and stick with that even through the weekend. That way I don't get lazy and not want to wake up during the week. So between 5 and 5:30. I go to bed between 10 and 1. That sounds really random, but it just depends on what I have left to do at the end of the day. Once they all are in bed, I like to catch up on either like housework, or say the kids needed something or needed me to do something, I prefer to do it later at night. For instance, I had to make vegan cookies for my daughter's a project she's doing. So I had to make vegan cookies for a business that my daughter's doing, and so I chose to do that after they all went to bed, and it just takes a while because you have to wait for them to cool, and then you can frost them, and so on and so forth. So yeah, typically closer to 11, but between 10 and 1. Number five, do you put anything on in the background while you cook or clean? Yes. It's either music, YouTube, or cartoons, to be honest with you. Do you get dressed most days or stay in PJs? I cannot tell you the last time that I stayed in my PJs. For me in my life, there's always something to do, even on the weekends. So I'm always getting dressed. So yeah, not stay in PJs. Definitely get dressed on every day. I will say maybe it takes a little longer for me to get dressed on the weekends because I don't have to get up and go somewhere right away, but I always get dressed. Number 7, how often do you do your hair and makeup? Probably between 5 and 6 days a week, and that's just because the face makeup that I use, it's a tinted moisturizer that has SPF, and since I live in a really warm and sunny climate, I like to wear the SPF every day. So I usually do that every day. Eyeliner and mascara vary, but we'll just say 5 to 6 days a week. Number 8, what is your trouble zone area in your home that needs the most work? I would say probably the bathrooms, because they get the messiest. I don't know. And then my room, surprisingly, we literally only go in there to sleep. We're not in there at all during the day, but it's like the catch-all for everything. It always needs to be decluttered and cleaned. I don't know how, but yeah, so that one needs the most work. Number 9, how often do you find yourself getting distracted? Honestly, I never get distracted, and I know that probably sounds like, I don't know. I usually, if I have to do something, I know the order of importance it takes. So say like I'm doing something, I don't know, making breakfast, for instance, and a kid gets hurt or a kid needs something, I know I have to tend to the child, but I don't ever forget that I have to make food or do anything like that. I always come back. So it goes, I know the level of importance of things that need to get done, and I always come back to it. I never forget about it, and you know, I don't know. So yeah, no, I don't feel like I get distracted. I'm a good multitasker, so I don't ever get distracted, except when I'm pregnant. That mommy brain is no joke. I forget and get distracted all the time when I'm pregnant, but luckily I don't have to deal with that anymore. Number 10, do you like staying home or would you rather go to work? Well, it's a tough question to answer, because right now I am perfectly happy being home and being involved in my kids' day-to-day lives, being super involved, I should say, in their day-to-day lives, and I like it in that sense, obviously, which is why I'm home. But once they are not in the house anymore, once they're gone and they're grown and in college and living their own lives, I don't want to be home. So, because I know some people, you know, some mothers, they choose to stay home even after their kids have gone, because obviously there's still a home to take care of. But for me personally, that's not what I want to do. I want to work. I want to have a career as well. So, and luckily I'll be able to hopefully do that when my kids are old enough, because I won't be too old. So yeah, so I definitely am okay doing it now, but if in the long run, it's not something that I plan on doing forever, being stay at home. Let's see. Number 11, what is your never-ending chore? As I said, dishes. It just drives me crazy. Dishes and laundry are the two things that just, I'm drowning in laundry, and I'm always drowning in dishes. Like, it's just something that I've come to accept and realize that I'm never going to catch up on it. So yes, never ending for sure. Number 12, what is your fave way to relax for me time? Honestly, it's to sit on the couch with my husband, or without my husband, I could care less, and watch TV, and specifically my reality shows. I love reality shows. I love to, that's the way I relax. I tune out, and like, I love to watch reality to get out of my own reality. So if I can watch, you know, the Kardashians or the Housewives, I'm all for it. I love it. Love it. Love to just get out of my own reality. I don't enjoy, like, I don't watch, all I watch is comedy, romance, and reality TV. I love it. Anything that can make me laugh or get me out of my own reality, I'm all for it. So that's what I just relax. I don't like baths, so I don't take baths, and I don't drink. So I don't like have a glass of wine at the end of the day or anything. So yeah, TV for sure. Number 13, how often does your husband chip in? Now, I might get a little bit of flack for this, and that's okay. You know, whatever. People are entitled to their own opinions. But I think it should be as close to 50-50 as possible. Now, like I said before, I was a working mom. I worked for a really long time. I was the sole breadwinner. My husband was home. I worked. But I still had to come home and do chores and do, you know, things. So he doesn't get a pass just because he's working. I've been there. So obviously during the week, if something needs to get done, like the dishes or laundry, I'm here, so I do it. But he has his own set of chores, like trash and the car stuff and cleaning the garage and things like that are like his main jobs. And if things break and stuff, those are his main jobs. But when he's home on the weekends, he is just as responsible for everything as I am. So, you know, if dishes needs to be done, then he needs to help. And he just doesn't get a break just because it's his weekend. Just because he goes out of the house to work doesn't mean I'm not doing just as much work inside the house. So it should be as close to 50-50 as possible. Obviously I'm home, so I do a little bit more, but for the most part, I think men should chip in, and he does. Number 14, if you have kids, when do you find time to do chores? Well, obviously nap time is a huge one, but I can sprinkle it out throughout the day. It's not something that I'm just like, oh my god, I have to get the dishes done by 10 or I have to do the laundry by 2. Nothing like that. I don't have specific times, but I can sprinkle it out throughout the day. That way the kids that are home don't feel neglected, and that way when the kids do come home from school, I can devote time to like helping them with their homework and stuff. But and there's certain chores that get done on the weekends just because my older daughters are old enough to help out. So they have their own specific chores that they do once a week, and that kind of helps me out too. My oldest does the bathroom, and then my second oldest does like dusting and things like that. So number 15, how do you balance being a homemaker and creating YouTube content? I don't know if I'm the best person or if I even should be answering it, because I'm so new to YouTube that it's like, come on, like I haven't had enough experience at all. For right now, it works out great. I film during nap time most of the time, and when they're up and I want to film or I have something to film, then they're in the video. And I mean, my channel is Momma of 4, so it'd be a little weird if they were never in a video. So it hasn't interfered with anything thus far. Maybe, you know, a couple years down the line, maybe, I don't know, it will. But for right now, it's fun and I love it, and it's not anything that I have to do. It's not a chore. So I love it. It's fitting in perfectly. Number 16, what is your favorite room in your home? I don't really have one because this is a rented house, a rented apartment. So, I mean, it's nothing special. So I guess maybe the living room, because that's where the TV is. 17, what is your least favorite room? The bathroom, just because like I said before, it gets so messy and it's just a pain to keep up with. 18, do you feel your home reflects your personal style? No, because it is not my home. I mean, you know, we don't own it. It's a rented house. So if it was maybe mine, or if it was mine, I should say, well, I'd want to decorate it, go all out, put my touch on it. But honestly, because it's a rented apartment and we're trying to get a house, it's not something that I want to spend money or time on. So yeah, of course the furniture that we have obviously is my style, because I picked it out with my husband. But as far as like a cohesive look, it's not really much of anything because I don't want to. So not yet. It doesn't reflect my style yet. Number 19, what does your house smell like? Probably like food. Then anything from breakfast food, lunch food, dinner food, the night before food, you know, it doesn't smell bad. It just smells like food. I feel like I'm always cooking, or somebody's always cooking something. So yeah, probably food. Number 20 and the very last question is, what is your strong point and weak spot of homemaking? We'll start with weak point because, oh man, no judgments here, but I hate cooking. That is my biggest downfall when it comes to this whole stay-at-home thing. I do not like cooking. It is just not for me. I don't like it. Maybe it's because I have one picky eater, which is my husband, but he is picky, but I just don't like it. It's not fun. I love baking, but obviously we can't live off of treats and sweet stuff. So cooking just, I don't like it. Then my strong point, I would say being super involved in my kids' daily lives. I try and be as involved with their academic life as possible. And I think too, being able to take care of everything and make sure everybody gets what they need. Well, there you go, guys. If you enjoy this video, please give it a like, comment down below, and let me know if you are gonna do this tag. And if you haven't already done it, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.